Great. Hey, kings and queens, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It's E here, you warning you, CEO of Great Gale, the Manga Club, Afrofuturism Manga Series, Bold Saga, and we're going to be discussing something really amazing, really incredible tonight, and I cannot wait for you to see that. There we go. All right. So again, if you were on my live earlier today, I was discussing and talking about, all these amazing things. And that was basically a preview of Self-Publishing Goldmine, which is our group coaching program where we help entrepreneurs, passionate entrepreneurs, create their story worth its weight in gold. So we already did week 7, that's done. And tonight, this is something I really wanted to share with you. Super excited that you're here. So I'll give you guys, a chance to join and give you guys a second just to join in. Give me 1 second. Let's move that here. And how's your day been going? How has your day been going? Was it a productive day? Did you get your, not even goals, did you get what you wanted off your success list done? Or was it just another day of you focusing on a to-do list? Like, was it a success day or was it a to-do list day? Did you actually get time to take a break, stretch, walk around? Because one thing I've also learned in this year is that there's got to be a year where you take care of the health as well. Not just the wellness, but the health as well. And one of the best ways to do that is to actually get up and walk every 50 seconds, sit down, and every 15 minutes after that, get up and walk around for 15 minutes just to walk so that your blood can flow, so that the blood just coagulates all in your legs. That's not a good look. It's not. That can lead to like some really serious problems long term. So again, here we go. And yeah, just give you guys a couple more moments just to join in. All right. And there it is right there. Good. All right, sent that. Here we go. And yeah. So again, this is an amazing topic. I'm super excited it even happened in the first place. And what am I even talking about? Well, I don't know if you noticed, but I posted about this a couple of days ago on Instagram as well as Facebook. Just trying to get the word out. The Greatness Summit just happened. Again, the Greatness Summit just happened. That was just a couple of days ago. That was this past Saturday, actually. What was that? Nehemiah Davis, who's an entrepreneur, millionaire. He was actually a speaker at the 2 Comma Club. Not 2 Comma Club. He was a speaker at Funnel Hacking Live 2023. If you don't know what that is, you need to look that up. That's basically the Grammys of entrepreneurship. It's phenomenal. It's literally phenomenal. So the fact is that event happened. He was there. Female real estate guru was there. David Amari was there. Tyjon was there. There's so many successful entrepreneurs from so many different backgrounds. They were talking about so much amazing discussions. If you had issues with credit, if you had issues with trying to get an event space, all these different topics, mindset, all these different topics were covered. But here's the best part. It's not just the fact that it happened. That event is generally $497. But guess what it was just for Saturday? It was free. That was one of the best things, because yes, you have to invest into yourself, but sometimes you don't have the opportunity to, because there are other things in your way, other challenges you've got to deal with, other things you've got to overcome. But the fact is, it was free and VIP was $1. Generally what happens is that your VIP is 20 to 50% even more. So if it could have been free, the VIP was just $1. I've gone to events where I've seen VIP be $297. Some of them are $497. Some of them are even higher than that. So you had a golden opportunity to join, see all these amazing discussions, and then with the VIP, you get access to their business Netflix, which is basically the cheat code. I was just on a meeting with that earlier today, so that happened. In addition to that, they also gave you VIP replay for 7 days. So I'm telling you, this is the reason why I asked this question: do you have a millionaire mindset? Because I'm telling you, if you truly want to get out of this rat race of just, paycheck to paycheck, of 9 to 5, of stress and anxiety, of working but not actually seeing your wealth actually accumulate and actually start to build up, the question really comes down to, do you have a millionaire mindset? Do you have the mindset to see beyond the challenges that are in front of you, to see golden opportunities and to seize them? If not, I challenge you to do it this year. I challenge you to do it this year because I'm telling you, as time progresses and you see with all this AI and over automation and all these other stuff, a lot of job opportunities are going to dry up. So the reality is that you don't wait until the fire has started to look for a fire extinguisher. You're not waiting for the flood to start raining to build the ark. You do it ahead of time. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Like, do you have a millionaire mindset? Now, I went to this event, right? I was able to go in. Once they said the VIP, I signed up because this year I just like what I've heard other people say, do it now, do it now, do it now. When you see golden opportunities, do it now. So I signed up for the event. I'm at the event. Nehemiah Davis, who's the behind of it, he's actually one of the speakers. So here's the craziest part. They had the option to ask questions towards the end. So I, had my question written up really quickly. I didn't think this was going to happen, but here's the craziest thing. You have to seize opportunities. If you have a millionaire mindset, do you have one? Because if you do, you want to seize opportunities. An opportunity, seize it in the lifetime of the opportunity, because once it's gone, it's gone. So I was the last person to raise my hand, had a question, and the craziest thing is I was the first person that was called up when it came to that question time. Now, this caught me completely by surprise. But here's the thing. I was able to ask a question to a multimillionaire in the niche and in the actual area of what I'm dealing with and what I'm doing right now. And he gave millions of dollars worth of game. I'm telling you, millions of dollars worth of game. So I'm super excited that that happened. And I'm going to share with you just a clip, just a small clip of that experience right now. So let me just pull it up right here. All right, yeah. The video, and then they put it on the YouTube channel. And this is our YouTube channel, Great Gale. So we have this, we have motivational content, we have business content, content on manga, and so much more, because it's all about helping you create your dream book. And this one is one for the books. Oh my gosh. So let me know if you can hear this. Mm. I'm telling you, it's just too, it's too good, it's too good, it's too good. Like literally, did you catch what he said? It's about painting a picture. See, a lot of us just want to create a book just to have our book and tell people to come and buy and tell people to come and buy and tell people to come and buy. But the reality is that if you truly want to get great at what you're doing, if you truly want to change the game and get people interested and excited, you have to paint the picture. That's what he said. It's all about painting the picture, helping someone else to see the value in what you're doing. And he went in so eloquently. It was an amazing time. And what I noticed is that it was just so much valuable information where he showed how you can paint the picture. What does that look like? One key thing that he mentioned that I'm never going to forget, he said, let people know that they could be so close to a bestseller. So I'm going to do the exact what he said. I'm implementing it and applying it. You, kings and queens, could be so close to your bestseller. You could be so close to that book that's $1 million book, $1 million in sales, $3 million in sales. You could have already written the next Cat in the Hat. You could have already written the next Think and Grow Rich, the next Naruto, the next Lord of the Rings, the next One Piece, the next Spy X Family, and all these other amazing things. You could write the next one, or even something better than that, but you will never get there if you do not take action. See, if you don't take action, you won't be able to reach these opportunities. If you don't take action, you will not be able to step into greatness. For every day that you do not understand how to make $1 million, you're losing another million, another million, and another million. You do that by day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. How many millions are we losing, kings and queens? How many are we losing by not understanding how the game is played, by not understanding how to create offers, by not understanding how to create assets, creating books, creating systems and structures? How many more times are we going to keep letting loss after loss happen? When do we actually change the game? Well, it has to happen up here first. That's why we have to have that millionaire mindset. Because again, it doesn't just, you don't just go to sleep and out of nowhere you become a millionaire out of nothing. You've got to have the mindset first, and that mindset attracts the wealth to you. You've got to have that mentality where, look, you decide, you make a decision. Now is the time. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go after this with everything I've got. Okay, great. Now that I've done that, how do I get to the next level? And you go step by step, set up your goal, set up your plan, set up your success list, and do it step by step by step. So that is just a clip of what Nehemiah was talking about. It was an honor speaking with him. Oh my gosh. Look, man. And the thing that had me laughing is that when the camera came on and they said my name, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really here right now. So that's why you have to be prepared. See, when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I had my camera, I had my, banner in the background with Sego and Shawnee. So you always have to have your content. I literally had my I Got No Limits hat, merchandise, had the merch on, had the Fight for Your Dreams hoodie on. Literally, you have to be prepared. So what is your goal, kings and queens? How do you want to make 2024 different than 2023, 2, 21, 20? 19, 13, 2000, and so on and so forth. What are you going to do to make this year phenomenal so that it's not another year that's just lesson after lesson, loss after loss, challenge after challenge, where it's just, it feels like you forgot something critical. What are you going to do to cement yourself and leave your mark in this world? What I'm telling you, kings and queens, what we're going to do, we're going to keep going out and keep providing quality content that educates you, that helps you understand that it's possible. See, it's possible for you to make your first book. I know because I've done it. I know what it's like to be where you've been, to have a dream, to have a goal, to want to create a book series, want to create their first book. But guess what? You don't know how to do it, right? You don't know if people will actually read your book. You're not exactly sure about your skills as an author. You don't know if you have the time to do it because you've got all these other things that are in front of you, jobs, everything else. Someone once mentioned that a job is another acronym for just over broke. See, if you truly want to create wealth for you and your family, it's not going to happen through a job. You cannot pass a job down generationally. You can pass assets down. I know that the family that's behind of Think and Grow Rich, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Cat in the Hat, Naruto, One Piece, all these different people, they have assets. All these assets are books, and these book series literally are worth hundreds, thousands, millions, because money is attracted to an idea. Money is an idea. Wealth, it goes from the mind. It goes from the mind. So here's the thing. You want to provide enough value, and then you attract the money to it. A lot of times we've been told, secure the bag, chase your dreams, but wouldn't it be better if your dreams chase you? Wouldn't it be better if you're running after your destiny and your dreams chase you as a byproduct? When you're running after your purpose and your dreams chase you as a byproduct? So you want to attract the bag. You want to attract your dream clients, your dream customers. This is one of the reasons why earlier today, what I did was not only did I do self-publishing goldmine, right? And actually teach our actual, students or coachees that are inside of our group coaching program, but I actually showed just a snippet, just a tidbit, just a taste of some of what we cover. And that was some of our best value. And if you missed that video, well, you missed it. Opportunities do not last forever, but I'm sure the replay is somewhere. Now, the reality is this, right? Give away your best stuff for free. Provide your best content for free. Now, every time I hear it, in my mind, logically coming from the Caribbean and coming from my parents, I'm not into all that giving away stuff for free. Not into giving away great content for free. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's much better to actually provide quality content. And then as you provide that quality content, people actually pay you for it. And whatever, thank you so much for joining. It's Shiva XYZ. Thank you so much for joining, and everyone else that's watching this live. Again, when you provide the best things for free, people know, like, and trust you. That's my endeavor, and that's what I'm going to keep doing, and that's what I'm going to endeavor to keep doing. It's hard, but it's worth it. Why? Because that's how you grow. Once you know that you are an expert at what you do, you can actually help people. And when you give away your best stuff for free, people trust you. They know, like, and trust you, because people realize, hey, you're not just coming saying, buy my stuff, but instead, here's what you can do to change your life. Then they will be like, wow, oh my gosh, for real? So I'll give you some of my best stuff for free right now. If you truly want to take your game to the next level, you need to invest into ergonomics. You need to invest into things like this. an actual glove when you're drawing. You need to invest into actual grips when you're drawing. You need to invest into ergonomics like this, like an actual Clip Studio Paint tab mate. This is why Clip Studio Paint is one of the best things. This is stuff that I only talk about inside of our oh my gosh, inside of our courses, our manga success secrets, and all these other stuff. Stuff like this will help you, avoid having to have, carpal tunnel syndrome and all types of other pain and craziness in your arms. This is how you do it, kings and queens. You have to be strategic. Another thing that can help you: don't just draw for hours and hours and hours on end. Sit for 50 minutes, and then after 50 minutes, 50 minutes, get up and walk around for 15, so that you don't have the blood coagulating in your feet, so you don't have deep vein thrombosis, so you don't have any type of pain, any type of situations. They say sitting is the new smoking, and I don't want you guys to go up and smoke, kings and queens. I want you guys to win. I want you to prosper and be in good health as your soul prospers. Whatever said, glory be to God. Hallelujah. Amen and amen. And I'll say it again. Amen and amen. See, giving away your best stuff is not hard. One of the biggest challenges people think about when they say give away your best stuff for free is this: if I give away my best stuff for free, will people actually pay me for what I know? But here's the thing: if you know a lot of things, right, watch this, then all you got to do is just give away your best stuff for free and continuously learn, continuously learn, continuously learn. And you won't be able to cover everything anyway. This is one of the reasons why I enjoy YouTube, but I know it's just a lead magnet. That's literally why that video that I just showed, which was a clip of me speaking to a multi-millionaire Nehemiah Davis, that's just a clip. The rest of it is inside of our membership, which is Epic Skyrocket, where you can learn skills and all the intricacies and all the things that you need to go to the next level so that you can live your dream life, create your dream book, get to the next level of wealth, and so on and so forth. You're so close to bestseller, kings and queens. You're so close to your first million. You are closer today than you've ever been to your first million. But what you got to do: take the next step and the next step. Invest into yourself. Now, that actual membership, that's just $49 a month. Like, imagine learning, right, not just how to create manga, business success skills, all these other amazing topics, and you get Bold Saga, every chapter that keeps getting released as we release more. You get the digital copies. You can just read them at your own leisure. On top of all of that, you get the access, because we're going to have discussions as well in that. So all of that is happening, and I cannot wait for you to see it. But on top of that, you get the advantage. So not only do I have the full video of me speaking to Nehemiah Davis, but I also have another opportunity, which is I'm analyzing what he's saying and then breaking it down so that you understand fully what he's talking about. Because it was a specific period of time, but the things that he talked about were so deep, I just had to expand on it so that you could get the full value. All of that and more is inside of Epic Skyrocket. So you know what I'll do? Let me just show you where that is right now. So here we are. Bam, bam. So if you were to go to bold.greatgirl.com, the membership button is right there. And what I'll do is I'll link it. There we go. And I'll put it, let me see, right here. And then, there we go. So if you go to bold.greatgirl.com/membership, that's where you can find it. And this is Epic Skyrocket. Again, you can get it for $47 a month or $462 for a year, and you're saving hundreds. And again, we're going to be talking about the advantage, skills to level up your manga and writing, exclusive Bold Saga manga library, interact with creator and fans, so much more, because a community, it's all about that community. If you can just get access and understand, just like how Nehemiah Davis had that greatness summit, and we learned so much amazing things. When you're in community, that's how you grow. Even Jesus had a team. When you're in a team, when you're in a community, that's how you grow. That's how you prosper. That's how you get to that next level. There's no success and wealth that's just happening on its own. There's no just self-made millionaire. It's group-made millionaires. That's how the real wealth is done. So if you want to be a part of something amazing, be a part of something transformative, be a part of something incredible, I highly recommend investing into Epic Skyrocket. Again, extraordinary, powerful, immersive comics and content. We want to show you how to create your own books, the actual skills, because we already have self-publishing GOLDMIINE, which is the coaching, which is like you can learn the structure of making your golden story, as well as ask questions, get specific answers, specific questions, and all of those things. But Epic Skyrocket is for more. If you need more hand-holding, if you need more in-depth help, That's what it's for. Because again, not everyone moves at the same speed. We all have our own ways of learning. So if you want that, that's $47 a month or $462.48 for the year. And you get Bold Saga chapters as well as they come out, plus bonuses and so much more. And here we go right there. And if you want to learn just how to create your own books, we got 7 steps to creating your dream manga series. And this is the benefit of understanding how these systems work, understanding what it takes to get to that next level. Because websites and Shopify and all this other stuff, they're there. But if you truly want to get to the next level, you have to understand the systems that are available to you. And this is one of them. This is a ClickFunnels that I actually studied, learned about, went to 2 Comma Club, watched a replay, and then made the funnel. And we got a sale. So it's actually a fully functioning funnel. So I'm telling Kings and Queens, you don't just have to sit down and just look at the challenges, look at the fact that maybe your website is not converting this, and the third. You can just make a funnel. Make a funnel, market it, talk to people about it, get the word out there again. Because the value of this book, it's showing you how to create your own books cover to cover. So you could join our group coaching program, which is over here. So let me go and just show you the contrast. You could learn in Self-Publishing Goldmine, which is a group coaching program for $5,000, right? You could pay $5,000, or you could learn a great deal of that information for just $47. So $5,000 for the actual group coaching program, or you could do one-on-one group coaching for $48,000, or you could just literally pay $47. So the choice is yours. The choice is yours, Kings and Queens. But we have the options available for you because we want to provide maximum value so that you can step into greatness. So that this year can be the year we create your first million. This year can be the year we can get your next million. This year can be the year where you stop procrastinating, stop waiting for the perfect opportunity, and actually commit. Actually create your first book and get it done. I'm telling you, it is literally possible. All you got to do is commit and get the job done. The last thing I wanted to show you guys is this before I go. And if you've been getting any value from this, leave a comment, let us know, and tell us what you think. All right. Here it is right here. Well, 2 things I wanted to show you before you go. All right. And there it is right there. So this is shop.greatgal.com. So this is our store. We have all of our books, all of our merchandise, all these other things. The I Got No Limits hat, 7 Steps ebook, products, and so much more. Why am I showing you all these things? To let you know one specific thing. If you truly want to get to the next level, if you truly want to step into wealth, you have to create systems. You got to understand how this stuff works. You got to make it. And if you don't make it, hire someone to do it. You can stay in your zone of genius and just allocate that to someone else that's their zone of genius. But you want to have ways where people can understand who you are, know what you do, and know what offers you have available. Now, for some people, they want to go through websites, right? But that's a certain percentage. Some people just want to get to the goal immediately. So having a website is great. Having a funnel is great. Having a coaching program is great. But none of that will change anything if you don't commit. If you don't commit to actually becoming the person who can step into wealth and become that millionaire, nothing is going to change. If you don't commit, nothing is going to change. But if you do commit, everything changes. So I'm telling you, Kings and Queens, all it takes is for you to make the first step. That's it. We're not talking about a giant leap. We're not talking about leaping into outer space. All we're talking about is one specific step. And once you accomplish that one specific step, then there's another step and another step. And that's how you do it. That's all you got to do. Just keep moving forward. Like, it's Martin Luther King Jr. that said it. If you can't fly, then walk. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by whatever it takes, do not stop moving. Keep moving, Kings and Queens, even when it looks like there's no way out, even when it looks like it's a waste of time, even when it seems like everything is just not working. Keep moving forward. Again, keep moving forward. All right, now let's see. And then here it is right here. Okay, yeah. That was the last thing I wanted to share with you. This is a review from one of our students inside of Self-Publishing Gold. Simply amazing, greatly informative. I honestly feel like you have our backs and we can't lose. Again, if you want this to be the year where you can't lose, I challenge you. I challenge you to get into amazing communities. There's a cheat code. There's a greatness summit. There's event space secrets. There's so many Facebook groups. There's so many opportunities out there. But find the one that's for you, kings and queens. Find the one that's for you, that's going to help you, that's going to elevate you, that's going to take you to the next level. I can't wait for you to see the books and all of the success that comes with people that went through self-publishing goldmine. I remember when I was just in the cheat code and he said, this is literally like a gold mine for your business. Because once you have a gold mine in place, man, listen, you can just get wealth upon wealth upon wealth, millions upon millions upon millions for the rest of your life. Imagine having a book, getting it done, and then getting into schools. Imagine having a curriculum made off of what you create. Imagine making your cookbook, your poetry book, your light novel, your novel, your manga, your comic, your anthology, your omnibus. There's so many opportunities, your business book. Oh my, your how to draw book. There's so many opportunities. And remember, books create movies, books create merchandise, books create, oh my gosh. Like you can change the game forever. In fact, let me see if I have it right here. If I can pull that up, I'll just share it with you. Because this is the power of having a book and just having an idea and never giving up. Now let me see. If it loads real quickly, in like the next 5 minutes, I'll share it with you. If not, then it is what it is. But has this been helpful for you? You can leave a comment. Let us know. Tell us what you think. All right, draw, erase, repeat. Thank you so much for joining. Between Magic and Dreams, thank you so much for joining. Yes. Okay, so I see it here. Let me just get it. Just to show you the power of a dream, just to show you the power of an idea, just to show you the power of what happens when you create a book and when you get your first book done. Every time I think about it, it's just like, wait a minute. This is what happens when you self-flex. Thank you so much for joining. This is what happens when you actually get books done. Oh my gosh. When you get your book done, everything changes. And it doesn't even take like a million years. All it takes is commitment. Once you're committed, that's it. But another thing I've learned is this. When you create your books, when you create and when you're making things, here's something that can help unstuck you or unstick you from working. Because if you've ever done any type of helping anyone, clients, coaching, trying to help your friends, one thing one of my mentors was a coach said. He said something that was crazy. He was like, don't overcommit to people that are undercommitted. Again, do not overcommit to people that are undercommitted. You may have your book, people say they're going to buy and this and the third, it may take a while. You may have people that do buy and they love it. You may be teaching and people say they're going to show up and they don't. You may be teaching people that they say to show up and they will. But when people, that they have greatness within them and they're not tapping into it, don't try and stress yourself because again, people have to decide what they're going to do. So don't overcommit to people that are undercommitted. Working on our first book. Exactly, Selflix. I'm so happy for you. Man, when you make your first book, that's going to be incredible, man. That is going to be incredible. And check out Selflix. They've got an amazing animation they're working on, Reverence. They got the trailer out. Oh, this is the game changer. And they're working on, and I'm grateful Selflix is here because it's going to tie into what I'm going to show you in a moment. All right, and then do this right here. Okay. Turn that. And it's just loading on my end. So here we are. Okay. It's going to be here in 1 second. Bam. This is what I want to share with you. So can you see that? Okay. If you can see that, that is a photo of me, and I was at Target. I was at Target a couple of months ago, actually. And I was walking through the aisle, and all out of nowhere, I saw a sleeping Squirtle. I was like, Tamara, quick, come, quick, come, take the photo. And I picked up the Squirtle, and I hugged it. And I held it in my hand and took a photo with it. That's what I meant to say. So why am I mentioning this? Why is this relevant? Why does this matter when we're talking about do you have a millionaire mindset? Well, if you know what Squirtle is from Pokemon. If you know what Pokemon is, you had a great childhood. Pokemon is the #1 media franchise on the planet. It and the system that they use, we talked about it in the Pokemon model. And Selflix is using a model in that vein, and that's why the thing is gonna blow up. Their success is inevitable. Inevitable. Do you know what it is to just have a winning hand and you know you're going to win with it? That's the power of using systems that work. Using systems that work. So I'm super excited for them. But why am I bringing this up? Why am I talking about books? What does Pokemon have to do with books? Yes, we know Pokemon is a video game. Yes, you see me with the merchandise and everything. But even though the creator of Pokemon, Satoshi Tajiri, had the dream and the desire of making Pokemon, here's a crazy fact. Here's a crazy fact. He didn't start with just making the video game by itself. When he was getting into commercializing and getting the product done, one of the first things he did, again, was to create a self-publishing magazine. Game Freak, who was the people behind the Pokemon, right? They started with self-publishing. Every time I think about this story, I smile because it's the power of books. You could have your book today, and your book could become a billion-dollar video game industry tomorrow. You could have your book today, and your book could become a billion-dollar movie franchise. You could have your book today, and it turns into, you know, a virtual reality system or some other type of amazing technology or opportunity or anything else like that. You just don't know. So what you start with today could start with books, and tomorrow could be a multi-million, billion, and who knows, maybe even $1 trillion franchise. Where does it start? It starts with you having the heart to show up, to show out, to actually be prepared. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much game time is happening and you're in the game, as it matters as you preparing for the game, as you showing up in practice. Because when you're in game time, that's everything that happened while you were in practice. And all these putting out content, putting out social media, it's just reps. This is why I'm able to, when I'm in Antigua, be on Voice of the People or on ABS TV or at Culture, Code, and Humanity at Georgia State University. All of those amazing opportunities were presented themselves because of the fact we've been talking and talking and talking with social media, letting more people know, like, and trust us based off of the content that we put out. Selflix TV said, I've been told by 2 millionaires that books sell better than animation. I'm telling you, kings and queens, I'm telling you, when you have books, it changes the game. The whole reason why One Piece is over 1,000 episodes is because of the fact they have 1,100 and about 3 chapters of their manga. Yes, the same author. So what does that tell you, kings and queens? Even what Selflix literally said right there, I've been told by 2 millionaires that books sell better than animation. Animation is a great thing to get into, but one of the things that can help you fund your animation, right, is to have manga. Here's another amazing thing that I've learned. You know, I was going to keep this to myself, but I want to see you guys win. So here's some logic for you when you're creating your books. Here's some of my best stuff. When you're making your manga, don't just work on just releasing your chapters. Find a way to get a system in place where you can release chapters as quickly as possible, right? And aim for over 52. Why not just 1 or 2? Why aim for over 52? If you've got over 52, what does that mean? You've got at least 1 chapter per week. That's an entire year. What does that say? As you continuously do that and you have a schedule in place and you consistently show up and show out, your fans are going to become super fans. They're going to love your content. They're going to binge your content, and then they're going to keep reading it. And then this will give you enough. If you have 1,000 super fans and you structure it properly, whether you're doing a membership, whether you're doing, you know, core offer, whether you're doing your premium value offer, continuity offer, whatever way you try to or systemize and automate and have a system in place for your fans, that can help you fund your dream. That can help you fund whether you're trying to make a video game, whether you're trying to make merchandise, whether you're trying to make animation. All these things are possible, but you need a community of super fans. For us, we have groundbreakers. Name a community. That's another thing I found. One of the best things I've ever heard. Don't just create products to create products. Don't just make books to make books. What is your community? What is your why? Like Dr. Eric Thomas said, if you have a why, no how can defeat you. But if you have a strong why, you'll get to your goal faster. Again, the whole reason why we do these books, Kings and Queens, our products, is to empower kings and queens to seize greatness. Yes, we do manga. Yes, we do animation. Yes, we do graphic design and logo design and putting books together and merchandising. But at the end of the day, at its core, we're all about helping kings and queens win. Do you have an actual statement that sums up what you do? I help X people do this thing with this new opportunity, because people are looking for new opportunities. So for us, we help passionate entrepreneurs create golden stories through Nexus breakthroughs. What is your thing? Become the king of your thing. Become the queen of your scene. What is the thing that you want to become world class in? Because there's no strategic advantage to being the second most expensive person in town, but there is, or the second cheapest person in town, because it's always a race to the bottom. But there is extreme strategic advantage to being the most premium person in town, to being the most premium, the most expensive, because there's a value with it. Go and read Contagious. Nipsey Hussle talked about that book. Go and read it, and when they talk about the $1,000 cheesesteak, people were like, "Oh my gosh, this $1,000 cheesesteak, it was so good, it was so phenomenal. It has to be really good for it to cost $1,000." Well, that's the thing. If you have the right pricing based off of the value that you provide, nothing's going to stop you, because at the end of the day, price is irrelevant in the face of value. When you provide so much value, no one cares about the price anymore. All they really care about is it going to do what it says it's going to do? If it does, bam, I want to buy it. Like one of the examples I have is I was at an event and I was talking. It was at EWEPOC, and I was showcasing BOLDSAGA. We had our little animation playing. Well, we had our animation playing. We had our books. All of that was ready. But here's the thing. A queen came over. She saw what we had. I said one or two words about BOLDSAGA is, and she's like, "Stop. I'm interested." She was like, "Stop. You already sold me. That's it." And that's the thing. You want people that are sold. People don't like to buy, but people love being sold. When you provide enough value, when they can see themselves in the characters that you have, when they can see themselves in what your mission is and what you're doing, that's it. Another thing, one of the best things I can tell you, kings and queens, is not every time the people that look like you're going to be the people that support you. There have been events where I've literally showcased BOLDSAGA, and even though BOLDSAGA is about empowering kings and queens to seize greatness, sometimes, and people can think it as well from the outside, but for me, I'm always looking for people that are ready to support. That just because BOLDSAGA is centered on Afrofuturism, the key people that are going to be buying it are African people, are people from the diaspora. We made it for them, we made it to empower them, and other cultures as well. But the reality is that's not always the people that buy. Sometimes those people, they don't buy, or they don't see the value in buying. And there's other people from other ethnicities. I remember I was speaking at Boston Comics and Color Festival, and I was speaking to this white man that was from or lived in South Africa, and we were speaking in isiXhosa, so that was crazy. Finally having someone I could actually speak isiXhosa to, so that was cool. And he ended up buying the book. He loved it because not only did we talk about isiXhosa, I showed him literally inside of BOLDSAGA. This is the whole reason why we sell our books for $10 each. It's not just the fact that you're getting amazing story, you're getting background pages. So let me just turn this off so you can actually see it. So not only are you getting a book, you're actually getting content pages and educational pages talking about food, dance, impi. You're also getting, on top of all of that, learning about African culture. There it is right there. Adinkras, Owiya Repwe, Ohene Adwa, Mate Masie, Fahodie. All these types of things. In addition to that, we literally have to learn the X click, C click, and the Q click. All these things are inside of the book. So what does that tell you? We're providing so much value, that by the time you get through the book, there's even coloring pages. All this is in chapter 2. So what is that telling you? It's telling you that there's so much value in this thing that by the time you get through it, you're like, "Oh my gosh, I love it." This is why we continuously get 5 stars. Another hack that can help you when you're trying to get more reviews: talk to people like people. Don't just try and slam it in their face to buy. Talk to people like people. Talk to them about why you made the book. Have a story. This is one of the reasons why making a book with your hands or making a book with your team is one of the best things that you can do, because you have a story. And it was even Vusi Tembekweo who said it. People don't buy a business. People buy a story. If you've got a great story, people love it. Want to invest into you. That's it. Like I was at EWEPOC and I was talking to this young king. He was Nigerian, right? Him and his family were there. They were cosplaying, all this other stuff. And he was coming over and he was looking through the stuff. He was interested. And then I heard him say he was Nigerian. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, you are? Okay, great. Then look at this, man." And I opened up the book and showed him. Inside of BOLDSAGA chapter 3, I literally have him saying, "You did crazy." Like literally, he was like, What? I'll buy it right now. Look, I've never met this king before in my life. He literally bought chapter 3 of the book because he loved the fact that he heard representation. It wasn't just representation to check a box. It was representation that's authentic. And that's another thing I'm telling you. If you can add culture and authenticity to what you do, ooh, should I even tell them? Yes. The whole reason why you want to do that, it's stuff that we cover in our books as well. The more culture and authenticity you can add to your book is the less diverse your book becomes and the more authentic it becomes. Real recognizes real. And people understand, they can see when you're just out or doing something just for the money, and they can see when you're doing something when your heart is in it. When your heart is in it, that's what changes the game. So get into doing things where your heart is in it, where you're truly, genuinely invested into it. So when you write your characters and you write your stories and you're creating your content, you're actually making content for a reason. People are tired of just seeing the same old, same old. The reasons why I enjoy Spy X Family is probably neck and neck with One Piece as my favorite anime of all time is because of the fact you don't have to see like a whole bunch of demons, a whole bunch of hypersexualization, a whole bunch of like unnecessary gore and craziness, and a whole bunch of darkness. It's a very light, whimsical show, and that's one of the reasons why I love it. Like, world outside is getting crazier and crazier. It's great when you can have content that's funny, that's uplifting. Look at it. Disney started in 1923. It's over 100 years later. They've literally been going down because they've strayed away from the path. So another thing I could tell you, and last thing before we go, is this: never get bigger than your customers in terms of, or your audience. What do I mean? Never go in a way that you're creating so much content that doesn't align with your core values that built your business and your super fans in the first place. Disney has learned this. So many other companies have learned this. Don't just try and ride the waves of trends. DEI and all the other stuff is not as important as creating quality content. Creating content for a reason, not just trying to be. And this is one of the reasons why comics have had an issue currently from Marvel and DC. I'm not talking about the indie space. Indies are doing their own thing. Mr. Gong, thank you so much for joining. They'll just try and be and catch into all these trends. Brandon.Manga, thank you so much for joining. I want to let you know, King, we're talking about your quote and all these other stuff. And just want to let you know, week 7 is up. Hey, King, thank you so much for joining. Oh, man. Again, we've been talking about, do you have a millionaire mindset? To recap for everyone else that's coming in. And basically, I was talking about the fact that the Greatness Summit just happened this past weekend, where millionaires were having an event that was for free, where they're giving out a game, talking about event-based secrets, funding your business, family trust, business credit, all these types of stuff, automation, theme pages, all these strategies that you can use to take your business to the next level. And here's the best part, it was free. Now, the VIP was $1, and I went to the event. I went to the event, invested into VIP, but here's the thing. I asked the question because they had the Q&A. I was the last person to put up my hand, the first one to go, and the question was along the lines of, how do you help people see the value in creating the book themselves? Because a lot of people start the book, but they don't actually finish it. I'll even replay it right now, just so you can see it, because this is crazy. You know what it feels like to actually speak to a millionaire that you respect? Like, that in and of itself is just amazing. So let me just take this down and just show you real quickly. All right, here it is right here. And present, share screen. Here it is right here. And the video, another thing you have to do when you're working, when you're titling things, work towards giving things amazing names. So the video, the name of this video, the title is The Picture Worth 1 Million. All right, and now here we are right here. Mm, yes, so there it is right there. And what I did was I took a piece of the clip, I put it on YouTube, and I put the rest of it inside of our actual program, which is Epic Skyrocket. Why did I do that? Well, the reason why is because there's a millionaire giving a game of how you can get to make millions through books. He was literally mentioning that you could be so close to a bestseller. See, a lot of people, they have dreams and goals, but they give up 3 feet from gold. And we talk about this in Self-Publishing Goldmine. The story basically went that Darby, this was in the 1900s, early 1900s, he was working. He basically found the fact that there was gold, got the mining equipment, kept going. They found gold, they were doing great, and then out of nowhere, the gold dried up. The people that were interested left. He basically sold his equipment to a junkman. But what did the junkman do? He realized you don't just give up on something unless you get expert counsel. So what did he do? The junkman took the junk, got his money together, and then he invested into a mining geologist. And the mining geologist told him something, kings and queens. He told him something I want you to never forget. He said that Darby, who owned the gold mining machine and gave up on it, he didn't understand fault lines, all right? If he had just moved 3 feet, he would have found where the gold is and where the veins are. And then he would have been able to extract the gold. That junk man took the expert's advice, and guess what he did? He became a millionaire, kings and queens. He became a millionaire back then. So that's a whole bunch of money right now. Why am I telling you this? You could be 3 feet from gold, kings and queens. You could be 3 feet from gold. You could be so close to that bestseller, so close to that first million, so close to that next million, so close to that dream house, that dream car, that dream life. You could be there. You could be there, but you'll never get there if you do not take action. You'll never be there if you do not step into greatness. If you do not take the first step, I'm not talking about a quantum leap immediately, all right? That comes over time. But if you truly want to get to that next level, the best thing you can do is take that first step, that first plunge. Again, you do not have to be great to get started, but you have to be started. You have to get started to be great. Greatness is a journey. Greatness is a path, but it takes time. So if you truly want to get to that next level, if you truly want to make 2024 the year of more, where you're stepping into your abundance and stepping into wealth, then you've got to step out of the things. That's what we talked about today inside of Self-Publishing Goldmine. Week 7, we're talking about superpower your system. All right, superpower your system. What are we talking about? We're talking about the zone of genius. All right, step into the zone of genius, kings and queens. Step away from all these other, incompetence and competence and excellence. Step into greatness. All right, step into the thing that you've been called to do, because that's what you've been uniquely gifted at. And here's the best part: when you do that, you live a more fulfilling life. And when you live a more fulfilling life, your stress goes down. Studies have even shown that if you can have one day a week where you just relax and calm down and relax and just take a breather, that's going to increase your productivity. If you actually take a break to do something that's non-educational, non-working, actually having a hobby, that's going to help your productivity. It's going to help your mind. That's going to release peace of mind. That's going to actually reduce your cortisol and all these other stress habits. Well, that literally sounds like when the Bible says the Sabbath day, take a day just to rest. See, the Bible is ahead of time. It's ahead of all these things. So what I want to let you know is this, kings and queens. If you truly want to make this year your year, right? Look at me. Look at me. If you truly want to make this year your year, you've got to commit. You've got to commit to greatness. That's why I started, and why this video is literally called, Do You Have a Millionaire Mindset? A lot of people say they want a million. A lot of people say they literally just want to get to that next level where they can live, financially free, pay off their debts, take care of their mom, take care of their kids, take care of their family. All right. You want to do that? Commit. You want to do that? Be in the room where people are. They literally have the cheat code, which is the business Netflix. It's literally $1 trial, and you can literally get access to people talking about how to take your business to the next level, YouTube automation, lawyers talking about business strategies, trademarks, all these things. Just look up the cheat code.uscreen.io. That's what they have, man. There's so many opportunities out there. 2024 is the year. You cannot say anymore that or live by excuses, because your greatness is literally in your hands. When you literally take the leap, take that step first, and then the leap comes afterwards, you've got to do it. Because again, if you don't, you may never see what it will be like to live on the other side. Imagine, so many times we wonder, what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? Have you ever wondered what it would be like if it goes right? Just close your eyes and imagine. Imagine having your first book in your hand, finishing your first book, all right? Looking through it. Now imagine actually seeing New York Times bestseller and then your name, insert your name. Imagine what it would be like to give your book to the Boys and Girls Club donated, actually have a reading. Well, imagine what it would be like to see $1 million, $10 million, $100 million in sales from your book, Kings and Queens. You can open your eyes now. That is possible. That is literally possible. But guess what? You've got to believe, because again, that's the whole reason why we're talking about this. If you truly want to get to that next level, it happens up here first. It happens in your mind first before it happens in reality. I wasn't an author in real life before I became an author. I actually had to actually believe I was an author in my mind. I had to believe. I had to keep going. I had to keep grinding, because this stuff is not easy. You know how many setbacks and challenges and trials I'm literally facing an NOO? That's a nightmare. But guess what? I'm not giving up. Why? Because again, the race is not to the swift. The battle is not to the strong. But it's all about him who endures. That's how you get to the next level. Time and chance happen to everybody, but it's all about who's going to keep going when life knocks you down. Who's going to keep going when challenges happen, when the money is low, when people walk away, people that said they're going to be there aren't there, people that said they're going to show up aren't there. You know what you can do? You cannot control other people. But I love what MC Jin said. How I react determines how I overcome. So if you truly want to overcome and step into that overcoming lane, you've got to believe it. You've got to put your focus on you. Remove all the distractions. I know Tiffany Montgomery is a prophet. She talked about it. Distractions, when they used to do it back in the day, they would latch people to a horse, put each limb to a horse, and let the horse run in different directions. And they literally call that phrase destroyed by distractions. Well, the same thing can happen to you, Kings and Queens. You got Facebook pulling you this way, Instagram pulling you this way, YouTube pulling you this way, TikTok, Snapchat, all the other apps. And when I'm saying that, I'm not talking about educational content. I'm talking about idiot content, nonsense content, things that aren't helping you. Be careful about things. And it's not just foolishness. It's also anxiety provoking news and all types of negative, information. Like that stuff is not going to help you. You need to focus on the things that are going to take you to the next level, because if you're not focused on things that are pulling you forward, you're letting anything pull you back. And I love how they put it in that book, The One Thing by Gary Keller. Oh, highly recommend you read that. Highly recommend you read that. He talked about multitasking is a myth. It's a lie. What you're really doing is toggle tasking. You're switching focus on certain key things, but you're not like completely changing. Like you can walk and talk, yes, but it's not the same thing like cooking a meal and flying a plane. You're not gonna be able to do those simultaneously. So be careful of a lot of things that people say. Investigate for yourself and step into greatness yourself, Kings and Queens, because this is the year. If you truly want to make 2024 the year of more, step into greatness. If you truly want this to be the year, this 2024 to be the year where you truly become a millionaire, this is for you. CNB Trained by me. Thank you so much for joining. Again, we're talking about, do you have a millionaire mindset? Things that I've learned from millionaires, even from the female real estate guru. She said, it's such a shame that we walk around all day, right? And everybody's making money off of us, and we're not making money, period. People want to go around feeling that they're better because they have on Gucci, Louis, because they have on this designer brand and that designer brand. Do you know that you were designed by God, right? There's literally God created you. I mean, what's better than that? Like, your identity is not in the things that you own. But if you are going to wear merchandise, at least wear your own. That's why I literally have I got no limits hat. I made this hat. Yeah, I got the banner behind me. That one, I made it. Get to the point where you create things and you market that, because these become live marketing tools. Live marketing tools. If you can have your hat, if you can have your products around you so that people can see what you do, you have your books available, and you just have content always around you. So wherever you're going, you literally are prepared. And that's what you want to do, Kings and Queens, because when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. When you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. But some other things as well. Take time, intentional time for you. I love how Marcus Aurelius said it. Every day, make a date with yourself and don't be late. Focus on things that you want to get done, because what you focus on is what expands. So if you focus on negativity, you get more negativity. But if you focus on wealth, if you focus on progress, if you focus on transforming your life, that's how you get it done. Brandon Manga says, I want to make my own merch for sure. Perfect. Well, guess what? Because you're in the self-publishing goldmine, we can talk about that in the coaching sessions, because that's the whole reason why we have coaching. I do merchandise. Oh my God. How much merch did I made? Probably over 100 pieces. Like literally. If you see some of the posts where I have like the Believe jacket, I did that. And merchandise is not just only, I'll extend it. Merchandise is not just manga. You can literally make drawing books. Like we literally, you see this, a hardcover drawing book that we made. So imagine having your brand, your product, and then bam, you got a physical drawing book. Now imagine taking your drawing book and your manga and your audiobook for your manga and then reading and narrating it yourself. Now you got 4 different assets. Put them together as an offer. Bam, sell it. Or do whatever you sell it. Just market it and just tell people we have it available. And then they can decide. Because at the end of the day, people don't buy when you want them to buy. People buy when they want to buy. Because people are and focus on one thing, marketing strategy right here. What's in it for me? People don't care about the pieces, they care about the payoff. That's the whole reason why I made 7 steps to creating a dream manga series, to help you create your first book faster, right? So you don't have to be stressed out. So you can actually hold your book in your hand and get the wealth you deserve. Amazon's not going to give you the money you deserve, right? These other companies, and then they're not. Let's just be honest, they're not. The only person who's going to give you the money you deserve is you, because you got your own best interest in mind. And when you understand the way how the game is played, no one can play you. Look at what Einstein said. First, you learn the rules of the game, then you learn to play better than anyone else again. First, you learn the rules of the game, then you learn to play better than anyone else. You know what it feels like to have a winning hand? So every time you just play the hand, you win. If you're in self-publishing GOLDMIINE, you see what I'm talking about when we actually talk about how to structure a story. That right there is gold. When you understand what that is, when you understand what that is, I'm telling you, it changes the game. You can't have a bad story with that. And the most important thing, last thing I'll let you know, people think that when you make a manga series, it's about the art. It's about the cover. It's about the writing. It's about all these other things. The most important thing you want to focus on when making a book is a story. All right? It's not about the actors. It's not about the cover art only. All these things are factors, right? But here's the thing. If you have a good cover but a bad story, you lose. If you have great art but a bad story, you lose. If you have great marketing but a bad story, you lose. But if you want to win, have a great story. This is the whole reason. I'll end with this. The story of the guy that's behind of One Punch Man, right? One Punch Man is it's one of the biggest manga out there. One is the writer, but he used to do the art for it because he didn't have the money to he didn't have the money to hire an artist, so he just made the story himself. People laughed at him. People mocked him. They're like, you can't draw this and that. He didn't listen to them. He knew that that wasn't his zone of genius. That was his zone of maybe, competence, not his zone of excellence, because there's 4 zones. There's incompetence, competence, excellence, genius, right? Now watch this. Okay, so he's focused on just releasing the content, putting it out. He's doing his best. It's not perfect, but he's putting it out. And that's how he gets the attention of Yusuke Murata, who is literally the mangaka, the artist behind the Ice Shield 21 and some other manga as well. And he collaborates with one, and now they've got one of the most funniest mangas that ever existed, but one of the most, well, I have to be honest, I think One Punch Man may be the best drawn manga ever. Maybe between One Punch Man and Berserk. Those two, their art level is crazy. So what does that tell you? You don't have to be started to get great. But you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great. Now One Punch Man's got the anime, they got their video games, they got their merchandise, all these other things, right? People cosplaying it. And all because one never gave up. So you could be the one. You could be the one that your family is waiting on. You could be the cycle breaker that gets that first million, that gets that dream house, that gets that wealth so that you can help your people. Because wealth isn't just for you, it's for the people after you. A good father leaves an inheritance to his children's children. That's not a job, that's an asset. That's a product. Minister Moss, thank you so much for joining. Again, kings and queens, if you truly are Christian, right? And you want to occupy until God comes, until Jesus comes, you have to get into systems. You have to get into business. A lot of people don't like to hear the word business because we're artists, we're authors. We don't want to deal with business. If you don't understand business, right, it's going to backfire long term because you're always going to be on the wrong end of the equation. But if you do understand business, you win. Brandon.manga said, very cool, haha. I swear I keep overthrowing the begging to me comment. Yeah, I'm telling you. When you create products, right, you always want to come off from a state of confidence. You always want to come off from a state of you know what you're talking about. You don't just believe you should be here only. You know and you're confident that you are here for a reason. So when you're talking to people about your books, talk to them from a place of confidence. Brandon at Manga said, just at the gym, I'll catch you and out. Yeah, no problem, King. Take care of yourself. That's another thing. When you're creating manga, when you're working on business, you have to be strong. You have to work on your upper body. You have to work on your back. You have to work on stretching. Why? Drawing, it's going to take a lot out of you. If you've ever drawn manga, it's going to take a lot out of you. And if you have to write, you're still going to have to type, all right? You're still going to have to use your mind, okay? So you have to be physically strong. Did you know that exercising helps open up and create new neurons in your brain so you can literally think more? You remember more and retain more by exercising. So your forgetfulness or you forgetting things could be key because of the fact you may not be exercising enough. Your body is a system. Your body is one of the most incredible systems. What did someone say? They were saying that there's about between 37, I think, billion cells in the human body and 28 billion cells in a 37 billion cells in a male body and 28 billion cells in a female body, and there's 0.07 voltage in each cell. And when you combine all that energy, that's a ton. That's even more than an actual lightning bolt. So when you realize just how powerful you are, that's probably like maybe trillion and beyond. That's crazy. And a lightning bolt is more billion, is just a billion. So that literally means that you have the energy that's beyond a lightning bolt. So when you see the thunder in the sky, you're more powerful than that. You know how powerful that is? Why is that so powerful? Because you're literally incredible. You have strength. You have phenomenal power within you, kings and queens. I challenge you to activate it. I challenge you to let this be the year where you create the book that you've always dreamed of. Create that first book. Create your next book. Get into marketing. Understand how to talk to people so that you can showcase the value. Because again, as you said before, we say it again, price is irrelevant in the face of value. When you show people so much value, right? People are gonna love it. So when I tell people that you can get this book for $47, they're like, wait, what? Really? And you get $1,000 plus in bonuses? Of course you're gonna say yes. I mean, it's like what Alex Hormozy said. $100 million offers. Make a deal so good, an offer so good they feel stupid saying no. If you don't want $1,000, right, in free bonuses for just 47, then you hate money. Simply put, that's not a me thing. That's more of a you and your perception of it. And the best part is this: with our funnel, with our products, if you were to get Sezzle, another fascinating thing, if you were to get Sezzle, you could literally pay a subscription, Sezzle anywhere, and then you could pay for it in 4. Sezzle literally works anywhere. So if it's a product of maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, you could literally break up whatever you have to do. So there literally is no excuse for you investing into these things. And that's just one of the things. If you were to get like maybe the replay for the Greatness Summit with Nehemiah Davis and all these other amazing entrepreneurs, they go more in depth with all these other amazing topics that you can utilize. Now is not the time to say, I can't do this and I can't do that. Remove can't from your vocabulary. Instead, insert how can I. Once you insert how can I, everything changes. How can I finish my first book? How can I draw my characters? How can I create my merchandise? Once you start asking how, your mind is going to start to fit in and see how. Another thing, be around people who are successful. Be in a community of successful people. Be around people who are actually thinkers, movers, doers, and shakers, people that are actually changing the game, because people that change the game are never from inside of it. Osamu Tezuka, he changed the game, and the way how he changed the game with manga, those influences that he put in, which we talk about in 7 Steps to Creating a Dream Manga series, they're outside of manga. All right? All right? Look at literally Steve Jobs and how he changed the game when he made the iPhone, when he made the Apple products. When they kicked him out, he came back and he still had that fire. So again, if you want to change the game, you don't have to be in the same industry all the time. You can look at other things and innovate. Change the game, kings and queens. Change the game. So that has been an amazing discussion with you. I've been super excited that you're here. Again, this has been about, do you have a millionaire mindset? And then after watching this video, I pray that you do. I pray that you do. I pray that you adopt the mindset. I pray that you adopt that belief, that system. Overcome the self-limiting beliefs. Capture every thought that tries to exalt itself above God. Put that stuff below and step into greatness. This is your time. This is your season, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. And if you're watching this video, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. This is on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Check us out. Again, we are Great Gale, and I will put it right here where you can follow us at Great Gale Co. So again, at GREATGALECO. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Clubhouse, Fanbase, We Kinfolk, Check us out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share this video out to all the kings and queens that you want to see win in 2024, because this is the year. Even though I'm a mangaka, I'm also an entrepreneur and a CEO. And a graphic designer. I want to see you win. A lot of times in manga, we're just talking only about manga. We need to talk about the other side. What are the business systems, strategies, solutions that we can use to go to the next level, all right? You don't have to do all the work yourself. You can use InstaChat. Man, I'm just dropping so many gems. Again, kings and queens, this is the time. This is your season. I look forward to seeing you in the next video in the next time. Until then, keep winning, kings and queens.